Chalk this one up as a major victory for the people. Bank of America is dropping plans to charge customers $5 a month for using debit cards. The ATM surcharges received such loud pushback from consumers across the country, other banks backed off plans to set up similar fees. Bank of America has become one of the biggest targets of the 99% movement, as seen here in a YouTube video from Austin, Texas. But recently, the bank's CEO, Brian Moynihan, defended the fees as good business.
We will talk to our customers, we'll talk to our teammates, which we have, and they'll understand what we're doing. They'll understand we have a right to make a profit.
Those teammates turned on you. They have a right to make a profit, and customers have a right to take their business elsewhere. Bank of America heard the voice of the people and realized the $5 ATM fee was a big mistake. It's a lesson the Democrats should learn. They're on the verge of making a much bigger mistake in Congress. I'll tell you why next. There is a critical deadline coming up for the Congressional Super Committee. I don't know about you, I didn't vote for a super committee, but they got one. And Social Security with this super committee appears to be on the table. During his speech in Louisville yesterday, House Speaker John Boehner told the Debt Committee what he expects them to cut.
But I have high hopes here in the days ahead that we can find common ground. Everyone knows that we can't solve the debt crisis without making structural changes to our entitlement programs. You know it, I know it, President Obama knows it.
No, the people don't know that. The idea of common ground for Republicans is to give us everything we want and you get nothing in return. Right-wingers, they are determined to get rid of Social Security, go after the New Deal, and destroy it. And Democrats appear to be helping them. According to Politico, cuts to Social Security are on the Debt Committee's agenda. May I ask why? The Democratic co-chair of the committee, Senator Patty Murray, was asked point blank, is Social Security on the chopping block? She responded, everything is on the table and we've made no decisions. Let me make this very clear to the viewers of this television show. The government set up Social Security, but you and I are making it work. Not one of these Democrats was ever sent to Washington to pick on the big three, Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. Any Democrat on board with cuts to Social Security, you have a new political enemy. You're looking at him. It's the guy that does the 8 o'clock on MSNBC. I will not let the Democrats off the hook on this. And just like we listed the senators who voted against the jobs package, we're going to put the Democrats who are turning on the party platform, turning on what the American people want. We need to draw a line in the sand and let the Democrats know that you're going to be vulnerable too. This is about people, not party. This is about what's right for America. And there are no polls out there supporting any cuts to Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. And all this Washington speak that these guys are going out on the road making these speeches saying, now you know and I know and President Obama knows. What about the people? Did you notice how John Boehner in that soundbite never mentioned what he likes to say is the American people? We have to matter. We have to matter. We call the shots. Joining me now is Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. Senator, good to have you with us tonight.
Good to be with you.
Do you know who put Social Security on the table? Can you give me some names?
Well, you know, you got the three people in the Senate, the three Democrats are Patty Murray, John Kerry, and Max Baucus. And what they are saying, I mean, it's hard for me to defend this or explain it. The problem stems back to August when the Democrats reached and the president reached an absurd agreement with the Republicans who were threatening not to lift the debt ceiling and cause an international financial crisis. In my view, what the president should have done there is say, I'm sorry, we're not going to enter in an absurd agreement. We're going to use the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. We're going to pay our debts, and if you want to take me to court, you do it. But people on Social Security and veterans benefits are going to get their payments.
It amazes me how they are willing to go against the will of the people. The polling here is just astounding. That nobody sent any Democrats to Washington to cut these three. What the heck's going on in caucus?
Well, I think in some cases there is a real separation from real America. in terms of the perceptions that exist in the Congress. We saw today, by the way, Ed, something that was really extraordinary. The American people took on the Bank of America, the largest financial institution in this country, and they beat them. And they beat them because millions of people said, enough is enough. You people caused the recession. You're now making huge profits. We bailed you out, and the reward that we get is you raise our debit fees $5 a month. And because millions of people stood up and said no, the Bank of America retreated. We need to expand that grassroots effort in terms of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. We need to say loud and clear that if the Democratic Party means anything, it means that we are going to protect those vitally important programs, which in some cases are life and death for many people in our country.
So we just did a story on how 6 million manufacturing jobs have left this country, and so now the Democrats want to turn around and make it harder on the people that have lost their jobs. It just amazes me, and I have to bring this up. A report from Roll Call revealed that the increased wealth of the members of Congress is pretty staggering. Members had a collective net worth of more than $2 billion in 2010. 219 members reported having assets worth more than $1 million. That's almost 10 times the wealth of an average American. Now, the average Americans, is the blue line right there. Those are the people relying on Congress to make the right decisions. Can the wealthy elite in Congress relate to the financial needs of most Americans? We have the elite making decisions, do we not?
Well, the answer is yes, but it is not only that. It has a lot to do with campaign fundraising and the fact that to get elected, you need to raise millions and millions of dollars, and the easiest way to do that is to go to the wealthy and corporate America. And when you do that, you begin adopting their worldview, not the worldview of working class people back in your district.
So what has happened in the last year here, folks, is we have seen the Democrats cave in on the Bush tax cuts, extend them, and then turn to their base and say, you got to bite the bullet on Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Where is the Democratic Party when they're thinking like that? I don't know how they can go home and face their constituents, because that's not how they got elected. Senator, go ahead.
Well, this is the fourth round of negotiations.
Yeah.
The Democrats are 0-3. Let's hope that they get their act together and win this one for the American people.
Senator, good to have you with us. Bernie Sanders of Vermont here on the Ed Show. Thank you so much.